On this episode of the Carolina Sports Guy, we're going to dive in, folks. We're going to look at 3 key points for Carolina Panthers on defense. What to watch for when we're on defense this week against the Saints. Before we get into today's content, make sure you're subscribed. It doesn't cost anything. Pound that like button. Hit that bell notification to be notified of future videos like these on the Panthers. And by all means, folks, leave me some comments. I love the dialogue. All right, folks, it's Saints week. You know, we got to sit here and worry about the Saints coming in and bringing COVID with them. And Sean Payton coming in with his scary-looking self. But we've got to look at what we're going to do on defense. We've got to see what to watch for when we're on defense. The first thing I want to know, we're playing a better team, folks, a more explosive team on offense. But our defense-wise, as good as we played last week, the Saints have a better offensive line. They're not starting a rookie quarterback, and they're more or less, they don't have a rookie coach. They're dealing with a coach who's kind of had a number over the years. So the main thing I want to focus is, can the Panthers defensive backs target Jameis Winston on the Saints when the Saints are on passing downs? That's going to be key. We know Jameis can sling the ball, and we know he's starting to gain some confidence. How well can our defensive backs play? Now, I've already got J.C. Horn being a hero in this game. I think he'll get a pick. And we got to sustain some of these guys in the secondary. We know Chin's going to be there. You know, we got Dante Jackson. And, you know, with Horn, we're looking good. Burris didn't look bad in the first week. But losing a guy like Hartsfield, playing that, you know, coming in at safety and playing some nickel, we're going to have to see who's going to step up and play and help, because we don't have Kenny Robinson back yet either. And we're a week away from getting A.J. Bouye in. So we're a little thin, but I still think we have the numbers to compete. Sean Chandler might have to step up and see what we get out of him. Now, in looking at this, and also Sam Franklin, I think our defensive backs, we've got to get pressure on Winston, and I hope we can get some sacks. I think we will. Now, will we get the 5 or 6 we got in the first week? I don't think we'll get that many. But if we at least get 3 or 4, that'll be a good number. But you gotta understand, what worried me is in that second half when the Jets changed their game plan, they started getting some yards on passing downs against the Panthers. We started seeing a little bit of cracks. Let's hope that we don't get exposed here, folks, because our defensive backs are going to have to cover. They're not going to get the opportunity they got last week, where our defensive line was all over, our front 7 was all over the Jets. I don't think it's going to come that easy this week. So they're going to have a little bit more time to pass. So our defensive backs are going to have to cover and cover well. Now, second thing to look at, how well will the Panthers' run defense stop Alvin Kamara and penetrate the interior of the Saints O-line? I want to know, you know, if our defensive line is as stout as they looked against the Jets, and remember, the Saints' offensive line is pretty good, we got to make sure we contain that line. We cannot let them start running up the middle, or it's going to open up their passing game even more. If they can't run in the middle and they end up with second long or third and long or mid-level, you know, it takes away from all that they can do. Stopping Alvin Kamara, even not just on the interior, on the run defense, having somebody to shadow him, because basically he's their CMC. You know, that's going to be an issue. How well can we penetrate that interior line, putting pressure on Winston, shutting down the run up the middle in between the tackles? You know, even focusing when, you know, getting Kamara out of the backfield is going to be one thing, or when he's out wide or on screens. But just trying to shut down the run and the center of that defense, being able to stop the interior of the Saints offensive line, that's going to be a very crucial key in this game. And the third point, can number 7, Shaq Thompson, number 4, Jermaine Carter, can they continue their great play from week 1? Now, Carter looked really good, but Shaq Thompson, that is the best game I've ever seen Shaq Thompson play. And I gave my man, I think I had him as my second zero last week. And my God, he was really one of the heroes, man. He had an incredible game, had a nice interception, really almost came up with a second one. It would have been a tough one, but he very well come close. Had a sack in the game. He was all over the ball, making stops. So I'm glad I ate crow with him. But can he keep it up? Because we're going to need him. He might very well be on Alvin Kamara. And we're going to have him shut him down. And shutting Kamara down a lot of times is not keeping him from being able to catch the ball or getting a run. It's basically limiting him. He's going to get some yards. He's going to get some catches. But can you at least limit him to what he does? Keep him out of the end zone. That's going to be key. So these linebackers are definitely going to be key because I think our defensive line and our secondary can hold their own. But we saw in the Jets' second half adjustments, they did find a couple little spots and did move the ball well against us in the second half, but we shut it down. Saints are a different story. They score more, they're better coached, and they've got a weapon in Kamara. So we really need the linebackers to step up and play as well as they did last week. So folks, what do you think of today's video? What do you think the key is for the defense and what we should watch for on defense with the Panthers this week? Leave me some comments. I love the camaraderie, folks. I love the dialogue. Pound that like button. Hit that bell notification to be notified of future videos on the Panthers. And by all means, folks, subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. I will see you on another episode of Carolina Sports Guy.